This video will cover submitting your Annual Compliance Certification, or ACC, and Semi-Annual Monitoring Report, otherwise known as SAMR. First, let's discuss a few things to remember. The Annual Compliance Certification, or ACC, must be received by mail or submitted electronically by January 30th. The Semi-Annual Monitoring Report, or SAMR, must be submitted twice a year by mail or electronically, both by January 30th and July 30th. There are two ways to submit the ACC and SAMR to the Energy and Environment Cabinet. The first, and less preferred method, is by sending a hard copy in the mail. The form should be mailed to the regional office listed on your permit cover. If you are a Title V Major Source Permit, a copy should be mailed to the EPA in Atlanta as well. You can find the regional office contact information by following the link on this slide. Here is a map for the Division for Air Quality regional office boundaries with contact information provided. Make sure to double-check the regional office locations, because they do sometimes move from time to time. The current addresses are available on this slide. The second and most preferred way to submit your ACC and SAMR is electronically through EEC eForms. This is the login page for EEC eForms. Here, you can sign into an existing account or create a new one. If this is your first time submitting anything electronically, you will need to create an account. You can start this process by clicking the Register button. Clicking the Register button will bring you to this page. You will need to provide a first and last name, email address, and password. After clicking Register, you will receive an email to validate your account. Once clicking the link in the email, your account should be active. Now, you can proceed to sign in with your email address and created password. If you had an account and previously signed in using Kentucky Online Gateway, do not worry. Your account is still available. Instead of logging in through Kentucky Online Gateway, you will instead log in through EEC eForms, using the same email address. The first time you log in, you will be prompted to create a new password. All of your old forms should still be in your account. After getting signed in to EEC eForms, you will be brought to the home page. The menu is across the top of the page. First, we are going to take a look at the dashboard. This is your dashboard. As you can see, there are multicolored tabs across the page. We have Unread Messages, My Incomplete eForms, eForms Pending EEC Review, and My Completed eForms. Any correspondence from EEC eForms will appear in the Unread Messages tab. Any eForms you open, even if you do not enter any information into them, will show up in the My Incomplete eForms tab. Forms that you have submitted will show up in the Pending EEC Review tab. Once the form has been received by EEC, it will be moved to the Completed eForms tab. This only means that EEC has received it and is making sure it has all of the correct information for review. In order to submit the ACC or SAMR, you will need to use the DAQ Field Operations Branch electronic submittal form. Click on the plus sign beside the eForm name to open the form. Clicking or hovering over the form name will just give you a description of that form. There are a variety of different forms on the eForms website. You can use these boxes to filter the results if you know what specific form you are looking for. Now that we have the form open, we are going to begin by looking at the top section. This is the section where you'll enter some basic information about the facility, including the AI number, site name, address, and the submittal information. Now, looking at the bottom portion of the form, you will see a place to upload your ACC or SAMR. The State Semi-Annual Report is where you would upload the SAMR. and the Annual Compliance Certification is where you would upload the DEP 7007cc form, or the ACC. At the bottom of the form, you can click the bottom left button to save your work for later, and then you can exit it and come back and continue where you left off. Or you can click the bottom right button to submit a completed form. Just a few notes about EEC eForm submittals. Please remember to upload files to your eForm only when you are prepared to submit it. Unfortunately, eForms do not retain attached files when they are saved. EEC eForms also time out after about 45 minutes of activity, so you may want to consider saving frequently in order to not accidentally lose any of your work on these forms. Please also remember that you cannot use EEC eForms to submit anything to the EPA. If you are required to submit to the EPA, you have to submit specifically through EPA's online submittal form, SEDRI, or by mail. EEC eForms can be used for far more than just the ACC or SAMR. You can use these eForms for the Division for Air Quality Field Operations, permit applications, source sampling, and related forms. For the Division of Waste Management Superfund reports and underground storage tank registrations. And even for the Division of Water stormwater permits, including no exposure certifications and notices of termination. So who can submit through EEC eForms? Most eForm submissions do not require submission by the responsible official. Some eForms have a specific section for the eForm preparer. Most EEC eForms that require responsible official signatures will have been signed previously and then uploaded to eForms. Some eForms, though, are required to be submitted by the responsible official. eForms can be shared using the Assign Submittal function, which is located when clicking on the form's submittal ID number. If you have any additional questions regarding EEC eForms or submitting your ACC or SAMR, feel free to reach out to the Environmental Compliance Assistance Program at envhelp@ky.gov or by phone at 502-782-6189.